Should publisher outsource journalism? A California web publisher planned to outsource his site's news writing to India illustrates a too common attitude infecting journalism today. Now, people read the story of the news website publisher in the hometown of Pasadena, California, who has outsourced their site's news writing to India. The story blew across the web yesterday and today. There is a radio interview with the BBC about the late night. They think the story is getting so much attention because it plays to the journalist's fear that the global outsourcing epidemic that many of the people has been covering than a decade now threatens on their jobs. They believe that the attitude behind the outsourcing reflects so much of what is wrong with right practice of the journalism today. In the Los Angeles Times this morning, as the report said, James McPherson placed an ad on an Indian version of the Craigslist looking for the journalists to write for their Pasadena Now websites. McPherson plans to have the workers to hire, transcribe interviews, covers the webcast government meeting, and conduct interview via email. From the personal experience, the Times reported that McPherson's site gets about 45,000 visitors a month. From the personal experience, they know that it is tough to support a family that is much less hire employees on the income from the site with the traffic, and that is assuming the 45,000 number reflects an absolute unique visitor, not an accumulation of the daily visits, and that the number does not include spiders and automated agents. To India, one can assume that is why McPherson is looking. They see if the plans works. They have no doubt that they can find excellent and relatively inexpensive transcription services, stenographers, and even the reporters from India. However, the journalism that the readers and advertisers will support requirements much more than that. On the McPherson, while letting established news organization of the Nook, the largest newspaper of the area, the Los Angeles Times, does not cover Pasadena on a daily basis. The community at more than 140,000 merits a few feature story each week. The local newspaper, the Pasadena Star News, is a part of a chain of daily suburban papers owned by the Dean Singleton's Media News. The results of the Star News includes many stories from the other area communities Media News covers instead in focusing exclusively on the Pasadena. It seems like every time that they pick up a Star News, if they find a slew of the reports from the weather, a suburb 20 minutes south. Indian contractors might crack out copy but engaging the news writing flows from the solid reporting. The reporters needs more points of contact with the community than the webcast meetings and an email inbox to find the stories that a well-informed readership demands. Too many offline news publishers are following a similar model to McPherson's. The cutback investment in the local reporting, outsourcing news coverage, and disengage from the community by relying on the low-paid, overworked reporters who cannot afford to live in the community that they are assigned to cover. This is Anne of Synergy.